Thanks for being willing to chair your respective CIC. I just want to take a few minutes to highlight the tasks involved in chairing and hope each of the teams will meet with me to answer the specific questions and create exactly what you want for your respective CIC. Kind of to review, these CICs, we put it together because we didn't want that dry, dull conference, and so we want to make it more intimate, a little more collegial, so people know people right off the bat as they go into the rest of the weekend. We also wanted to try and create a system to capture ideas and spread them more quickly throughout the membership, but also those ideas then can be used to recruit members when other people with a similar common interest find out there's this much going on. That's going to drive membership for our association, which will, of course, fund and create possibilities for the future. So you're really an important link for the future growth of the organization. So what we do is having gone through each of those intentions for ourselves as the co-chairs, in exchanging these ideas and creating this practical information, don't worry, it's not an overwhelming amount of work for you. It sounds like a lot, but if we do the system setup, it should work fine. So that's what I want to go through. And within the final portion of the program, we also want to try and capture ideas for our board and staff so they know how to better serve our current membership. So it's really a cycle of capturing ideas, getting people excited, but also identifying people who are going to be our future leaders. So what are the tasks? The tasks are, one, you're going to select the presenters. And so I'd advise, go on the website, the CITAR website, and read through the instructions they're supposed to be following. That'll give you a very clear idea. And then what I've done is had John send you guys a scoring sheet via Google Doc link where you can just go up there, you share the doc between you two, and as you get your proposals, you can score them and you can change the categories, but I gave you what's worked in the past. That helped us very quickly hone down what were the proposals that were really going to match what the goals and intentions were. So I hope that's a big help for you. At CITAR itself, you'll begin that with the session by setting an intention, and in that intention, I'd suggest it be very short, but kind of grounding because everyone's been traveling, and possibly an intention for the group, and then invite them to make their own personal sankopa of why they're there that afternoon. So kind of using that to bring the focus back together. Then you launch into the directions for part one. And those directions we'll go through in just a second. There will be a recording computer at each of the sessions, and it's very simple. Any current computer will do it, so I can work with you, or if one of you is a little bit of a nerd, all you need's a PC or a Mac that has the FaceTime photo booth recording. They all have that as standard, but we'll work through that as we go along. But it's very simple. You set up a one-time click, and we're going to have a board member or someone there to assist to kind of man that. But we want to capture each of the presentations so that the presenters will get to see the other people's presentations, but also then we'll have the video component. And once those are all captured in the 7 talks, I'll come around afterwards and grab them, and I'll take care of video production. So there's really nothing much you'll need to do other than have one there to capture that moment. So within the key part in these talks is you're the timekeepers, so my advice would be give them the 1-minute warning, and then at the 10-minute mark, they have to stop. You got to be a little bit of a hard edge on that one. And then there will be 5 minutes for the group to discuss. And as you set up the directions at the beginning, I found it's very helpful if you give very clear permission that the group has permission to cut off speech makers. That is, you put them on the spot before they ever start. So when they're sharing their idea, it's something as simple as, at our hospital, we found working with this department worked, and here's the I'll send you the list of people within the department that helped us, or something like that. But they're not going to teach. They're going to merely offer what they have, and then they're going to jot that down on a business card and give it to that presenter. And then at the conclusion of all the afternoon, we'll get those cards together and kind of collate it and put it together. But that's not, other than collecting the cards, you don't have to do anything further than that. Now, having caught all those things, then we can kind of look at this. So the layout's going to be like that. One of the tables has a computer, and you just move from table. The presenter moves. I do it in an orderly fashion, clockwise or counterclockwise, but just so that there's consistency and we get all 7 of them around to all 7 circles. As to whether it'll be a table or just a circle of chairs, I'm not sure how we've got that set up, but that'll be determined later on. Following that, then to kind of wrap that up, we do what's called the 1-2 format. 1-2-4 format. And what you do is just lead them in, everyone in the group, to just sit and reflect for 2 minutes quietly to themselves what they learned that was helpful to them. So that's the one. They get that focus. Second, then they stand up and they go to someone they haven't been sitting with, and they introduce themselves quickly, just what their name is, and then share with that one person the thing that was most helpful to them. And then that person shares back. Once they've done that, then those 2, so that's our 2, go and find another group of 2. And then the 4 share the things that were helpful with them, as well as their names. So now they've got 3 other people they didn't know before, and they understand what they're interested in, and possibly that person knows somebody you need to know, and I'll connect you. So it starts the fire of connection. And then from that, we go into break with lots of energy, lots of excitement. Coming back from that, in part 2, this is where you get to be creative. John sent along the list of what Staffan and I are going to do for orthopedics. Each of you can do that kind of thing. But here's a chance to kind of plot what would be valuable for your particular interest group. And you can use the ideas that we have. But again, we're going to break them into new smaller groups, and then set time limits where 2 minutes come up with the top 10 reasons for this, 2 minutes to come up with the top 10. As you come up with your ideas, use ours as a springboard. But if we and somebody in the group is going to be a scribe jotting down each of these ideas. Again, all we have to do is capture the information, and then at the conclusion, you're going to ask for a volunteer to go ahead and type those up and submit them, so that way everybody has the various knowledge base that was created by the group. And these are great because this is the kind of thing that you can give to, you can put on the social media, and that, you tweet top 10 reasons you need yoga to work with the cancer community, or the 5 things that saved me a lot of work when I started working with cancer. This is ready-made information, again, to kind of create that positive viral growth in our community, and also to bring in additional people who are wanting to bring yoga therapy forward. And so that takes us to the end. I look forward to meeting with each of you, and if you have any other questions, you can get me at matt@yogatherapy.com, or go through John, but we're trying to take this off of John's plate, and we'll talk to you soon. This is going to be fun. This is, I think, the 6th year I've done this, 7th year I've done this, 6th year. And every time I meet fascinating people, get so much positive feedback. So I look forward to working with you and appreciate your dedication and time.